Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and let's get right into today's main event. There's something going around, it's increasing, and it can get much worse. I recently came upon a report by the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace that tracks global protests. The endowment is doing an excellent job tracking each protest in each country and what is the cause for it: political, corruption, or economic. The data was summarized in an Excel file, which I downloaded and extracted some statistical information from it. The data starts from 2017 and is current to October 2022. As you can see from table number 1, the overall number of protests that the endowment tracked were 385. The highest number of protests was 86 in 2020, and it has declined slightly since then. Tables number 2 and 3 track the protests by the motivation: political or corruption. When you add up the 339 political-based protests to the 71 corruption-based protests, you get more than the 385 total above in table 1. This is because a protest can be motivated by one or two or more factors. But what is important to glean from tables 2 and 3 is that the political and corruption-based protests have steadied over the past 3 years. Table number 4 is the important table in this data set. Look at the number of protests in 2022. It's up 105% from 2021. It is a sign of the times that the situation is difficult. And as the uncertainty continues to increase, this situation can get worse. From the chart, you can see that the overall monthly trend is on the rise. The past few months have been a roller coaster, but you can see that we have already surpassed the peak that was in late 2019. Table number 5 shows the top 20 countries overall over the past few years with the most economic protests. It is surprising to see countries like France and Spain in the top 5 of this table because their economies are considered advanced. When looking just at 2022, for the top 20 countries with economic protests in them, we can see countries with advanced economies such as Spain, France, and Germany occupy this table. Again, to me, that indicates that things are going to get worse. Because if advanced economies like these are suffering, what is going to happen to less developed countries? No country is safe right now. See the massive layoffs in the US just announced in the past 24 hours, and even before that. The US economy is not isolated and will not be able to withstand this downfall. Some people talk about wage inflation and the fact that there are so many jobs unfilled right now in the US. But that is not to say that if someone is laid off in a high tech, he'll be able to find the same job somewhere else. The layoffs are not occurring in one sector only, so when an economic collapse happens, it'll drag down with it any job openings that are available right now. We already see the signs of negative wealth effect. The stock market is down, house prices are falling, consumers are maxing out their credit cards to try to make ends meet. As inflation continues to rise and wages can't keep up with it, financial hardship will increase and it will become more difficult for people to make ends meet. Therefore, economic protests can increase and they can become violent, so be careful out there. This time around, it won't be easy for the government to just print money to save the people, because it'll work against what they're trying to accomplish right now to end inflation. Okay folks, thank you very much for watching. Remember, this is not financial advice, it's only my take on the situation right now in the world economy. If you found this video useful, please ensure to hit the like and subscribe buttons to help the channel grow. Thank you very much, have a profitable day, and keep safe.